Alright, time for a Jarvan beginner's guide. This is a beginner's guide, so this is a lower rated game. We're talking like low silver-ish. So you guys are aware, I'm doing this because it's a beginner's guide and I want to replicate the teammates I'd get for the lower rated players as well as the opponents. So I'll show you ways that you can abuse, well, low, and punish the enemy jungler really heavily, like get good ganks off, rotations, all that type of stuff for consistency purposes mostly, and to help you carry solo queue games. So yeah. Now first off, I'm gonna be backing at 50 seconds-ish to ward my other buff camp and then get a red trinket to start out the game with. This will tell me if I do get invaded on. Now, it's a Zac, it most likely won't happen, but sometimes if you get cheesed, it's better to know. And generally having like the Oracle lens is something I prefer for like ganking purposes anyway. So yeah, now lanes wise here, I'm just gonna start bot side. It's pretty difficult to gank for this lane pre-6 because they have no real good setup. It would require me to like, for them to be out of position, whereas on top lane I have good lockdown from Galio and I have mid lane pretty good situation as well from the Vex with the fear and stuff. You want to start with fear because it gives the attack speed increase. Did he just not do the crit? Okay. Interesting. Initially you want to try to kite your camp into wherever your bot lane's running, because that would give them more chance to actually do hits. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. With your smite, by the way, just use it at any point. As long as you do 450 damage with it and you get the heal, like you get value out of the heal, that's more than enough. You don't need to like execute smite things unless you like think you're gonna get invaded or anything like that, or something funky is gonna go on, then of course hold it. But generally just any smite on any camp, as long as it does 450 damage and heals you for the amount, is just fine. It's good. It seems that my Galio is already in base. Interesting. Not boding well for my top lane. What am I doing? What I'm doing here is I'm just gonna go for the standard full clear. You always want a full clear. It's no... What is that pathing? That was weird. I thought for a second Zac might be in there, but I doubt he would be, because that would have just shown much faster. So, I guess. Just making sure to use the flag here for the attack speed increase the entire time. Getting low on HP doesn't matter, because you have red buff, and you also will, like, get all your HP back just from, like, smiting this, basically. If you want to save a bit more HP, you can take W to, like, get more shielding to save yourself more health. But it's not necessary. Yeah. Okay, well, I was about to say I'm gonna go gank top because Jax is playing very aggressive. However, the Jax just dove the Galio, so that kind of works out. He is Zac level 3. He only has blue. That means he never did his red buff. He just instantly ran bot. Interesting. A full clear like this gives me an instant advantage. Like, if you look at it, this guy is instantly behind because I already got my full clear, and so he's losing tempo and his gank didn't work. This is why I would always recommend anyone to full clear. There's a Jix in a bad position right now. Good. I think I interrupted him out of his dash right there. This should be a very free kill on the Jax. As long as I can get in range. Hold your EQ combo as long as possible until you're basically guaranteed it's gonna hit. Ah, come on. That's so close. I'm just gonna help him push the wave out now. I have to. At this point, I need to help him push the wave because the wave would otherwise freeze outside of turret, and that would be really bad for my Galio. Oh, that is a mistake. Jesus Christ. Well, that's me accidentally walking into turret range like an absolute buffoon. All I can do is apologize to the man. That was extremely bad. Shut down. Yeah, that's really bad because this also gives the Jax red buff. I want to just push the wave and I accidentally just queued into the... like... you know, whatever. Let's go take the plant. Spawns at about 5:15-ish. It is in fact warded. They don't have much mana, so if I just walk up here, they should be fine. Get in range for the E. Right there, I'm not too worried about it hitting. I'm more so worried about actually connecting any of my abilities, so Jin Snare would hit for sure. Okay, well, it unfortunately wasn't a kill there, because the brand still had his flash. But still, the gank is decent nonetheless. Alright, I have to go back to clearing my jungle now. That death, very sad. Zac. Okay, I'm actually in a pretty bad spot now. I had a significant advantage over the Zac, because I had the full clear tempo on him, but after that death, that's not good. She died, okay. I was looking to rotate mid to like help with the counter gank situation there, but the play didn't require it because the Zacs also already died. Okay, so top scuttle is just spawned, which is a tier 2 scuttle. We definitely want to take that. Tier 2 meaning just like a respawn scuttle, really. I'm gonna go for that right away. I've definitely shot myself in the foot and slowed myself down in the early game here, but I think I should still be fine. I'm gonna get my level 6 and then I'm gonna try to go maybe gank top, maybe mid. Definitely should try to help my top laner out a little bit after what I did. If I can, at least. Ziggs has no flash, but he's also really... Actually, he got the kill back, so he's worth some gold now. Let me see. I just need like a little bit of XP. I think any of this, like that minion should probably be enough as long as I'm in XP range. Kill it! No! Okay, I'm in XP range. We're good. We're good. He doesn't have flash, so I can just lead with an EQ combo. And I'm not going to waste my ult if I don't have to. Because I'd rather hold that ultimate for the gank later on. Or for a gank later on. Good. He started on blue. I'm pretty sure I could just rotate top here actually though. You hit this for some mana. This should be a pretty good engage. He just used this stun. As long as Galio doesn't insta-die here, we should be good. I missed that one. He was actually not walking that way. Okay, good. Zac flash ulted in. I'm actually not going to win this fight currently because he has the HP advantage, so I'm just going to leave. Wait with my EQ until he actually does his CC hit. So I don't get knocked out of it or anything interrupted wise. It's just generally a rule for champions with dashes. Play overall there is not that bad. I did miss my EQ because he like didn't run down. I actually expected him to run down, but he ran up. So anyway. It should be pretty good. I got a gank on mid, I got a gank on top. Looking very solid. I just now need to get a gank on bot lane essentially. Which my next ultimate should cover pretty well since they both like don't have any mobility apart from their flash. I know brand flash is still going to be down for a while. Like another minute or so. 2 minutes maybe. Not sure on the exact timing to be fair. It should be fine here. Get it back in. My bot side jungle is up right here, so I can just do a bot side clear into the gank on bot lane itself. I don't need to wait for HP or mana, because I have a red buff for HP regen, and I'm gonna go clear towards the blue anyway. Since top scuttle is spawning, that's just unlucky. She can just take it if she wants. I'm not gonna rush for this scuttle. I'm definitely just gonna make the bot play here. I'll have flash ult in like 30 seconds-ish. So if I go for a bot lane gank with that, that should be a kill shot, I would imagine. I need to actually hurry this up. I'm smiting this for speed right now. Do they have vision anywhere? I'm gonna check Dragon. He's actually doing Dragon. I got interrupted by Ziggs. I actually think I would have just gotten him there. He was actually doing Dragon. Interesting. Did they base on bot? It looks like they did. Oh, nope, they didn't. I see. I can just ult that. I should have turned my box off a tiny bit faster there. I can ult on the Misfortune because my ult basically does damage in the cone. If that makes sense. Like, wherever your ult lands, it's AoE damage, right? So what I can do is ult right on top of Misfortune because he's standing on top of Zac passive. Which means that I will hit all of the passive blobs to insta-kill Zac whilst also dealing good damage with my ultimate there. Place the flag down and place it behind you so you get the attack speed buff when you're actually hitting turret. Like this. It's pretty good radius on it. It gives you the attack speed buff, which allows you to get faster hits in on turret. I'm gonna clear the wave here, I suppose. I'm gonna go for one more plate here. Alright. Jarvan is an exception, by the way. Like, you cannot get cancelled either for EQ, but I just wanted to mention it for, like, other champions as well. It's generally a good idea to wait. Alright, that solves my bot lane problem. I think we're good now. I had a very stupid death early on, but it happens sometimes, you know. Against this team, I'm definitely going for Mercs. They're not only full AP, basically. They also have a decent amount of CC. So this is going to be fine. And from here on out, we are just going to go to my Krugs and clear down to probably repeat gank bot lane at this point. I do have a Vex that's doing pretty well. I don't think I can do a whole lot on top lane anymore. Maybe I can get a gank off, but would it even be worth it at this point is the question. Since I have 2 smite charges, I'm going to use it right away. It's no real reason to hold on to 2 smite charges. I wouldn't really recommend using your smite on the jungle camp unless you have like no HP. If you have finished your smite already. But if you have 2 charges, you might as well use one for some clear speed. Otherwise, you'd be wasting the timer on it anyway. So I'm just gonna go for a bot lane play again with my next ultimate. Oh, we're looking mid right away. Oh, Jax is also mid. That's not good. Galio's gonna follow this up into my ults, which should be fine. Just need to hit that guy one time. Beautiful. I EQ through him first to knock him up, and then I instantly ult the target that is closest, so I just lock them out of the range from Vex, essentially. That's the goal. Oh! I am out of mana. I guess I am tanking turret for Galio. That still works out in the end, if he lives. I actually didn't have mana for the EQ combo. That's my bad. Alright, knock up, get rid of the shield. Okay, good. Check for vision. My ult isn't up here, so I actually don't think I can get the gank. I can EQ over and just do my camps first, like kind of wait for my ult cooldown. The plant is up anyway, so I could use this to get back over the wall if I had to. Would not have been that big of a deal. Again here, don't use your smite if you don't have 2 charges, because you would rather have it for either an objective like Dragon or Rift Herald, or just in a fight itself. Using it on your camps is not really useful or necessary. It does speed up your clear, but again, you'd rather have the extra smite charge. If you do have 2, just use it anyway, though. It's gonna be up in 14. Dragon's gonna spawn in 35, so I'm just gonna clear red and Krugs here and just rotate for Dragon. There is a small chance Zac insta-rushes it and I won't be able to counteract that, but I doubt he actually will. The enemy team is full AP, so the item we're definitely going to go for first is Maw here. You can do one of 2 things. You can build more defensive on Jarvan, which, like, a Spirit Visage or a Force of Nature, like, it would be fine. But if you are just going for pure damage, pure, like, if you are doing well, if you're scaling a bit, it is better to go for this route and go for damage in the Maw. So I'll go Maw here and instant back towards the Dragon. I'll sell the potion because I don't need it anymore. Don't wait for mana because we're clearing towards blue again. And we're just gonna go for the Dragon now. The Zac was, like, going towards bot side here as well. I don't know if blue is actually gonna hit me level 11, but that would be amazing if it does. I do not want to give this away, I'm being honest. It didn't. That's depressing. Is he gonna herald bot lane? I'm just gonna go in on this. Don't waste your ult if you don't have to. Okay, now I can ult this. I didn't expect her to still have her flash. I'm gonna hold my ult on this still. Interrupt him whilst he starts using his dash thing. That works. I basically held on to like my abilities as long as possible. Tried to like walk it in the melee range as much as you can as well. She's just trolling at this point. I'm trying to put her in a position where I can actually EQ away from the turret there to get the dive set up better. Because if I EQ into the turret, I'm in a much worse position overall. And that's just not something I'm looking for. I definitely will go for the dragon, but I'm just going to push out the wave here for the pressure of it. Alright, good. Let me check if this plant is up real quick. It is, so I'll take the plant over the wall. Put the E down for the attack speed again. Beautiful stuff. Time to walk away now. In a lot of these situations, I'm trying to walk it into as close range as possible to like get my abilities off. Don't waste my abilities from max range trying to snipe people out. Give him less opportunities to flash or dodge my stuff. Is generally what I'm looking for here. My entire jungle clears up, so instead of like backing right away, there's no other objective up at the moment. So my best bet is to just straight up clear my camps right now and like gain this value on the recall, because there's nothing to play for right now. There's no Rift Herald, there's no dragon, so this is my opportunity, my main opportunity to actually well, get my farm in, get my clear in. Like lanes are resetting, all that type of stuff. This gives me like the most time. So instead of instantly backing and just leaving my entire jungle up, I'm doing this because it also puts my jungle on cooldown at the same time. And I might be having to go for a top lane play here. Goes in rather early, I would say. Even though like I pinged, that's still a little early. Well, that is actually an insanely beautiful hit. Are you serious right now? Holy moly. That Jax ult made him deceptively tanky right there. Fair enough. He also got his dodge back, so I actually didn't get to hit him with a proper hit either. It's actually pretty bad for me, for us. That's the downside you do get. If you see a play like that, if you do have a lot of gold, then if you die for a play like that, that's very much your own mistake for going for the play in the first place. But yeah, Jax ult made him way more tanky than I thought he would be. I thought he was just like in death range there, but that ultimate just came in and saved his life. I just gave Jax 1,000 gold for that death though, which is pretty bad. Definitely. Dragon's not gonna spawn for a while. I actually think like playing for mid here, maybe a gank, maybe this blue buff. But definitely a mid gank here, because we know Misfortune Flash is on cooldown, right? This is something you note. If you know this, you can just ult her straight on her nose and she just insta-dies, because she can't escape the ult. Let me see. My ult's on cooldown now though, but yeah, that's a detail, I guess. She could be like right here. I just can't go in blind. I'm leaving. Oh, what are you doing? He didn't ping, he didn't do anything. He just like full on sent that ultimate right in there. That is spicy. Don't walk too close to Brand ult. If he would have pinged me like, or pinged ult or something, that would have been okay. But that man just went for it. I didn't want to fight the Jax because I wasn't really going to win that fight. Jax is like one of those champs I just don't kill right now. Especially because he went Thornmill. For some reason, like our team is like mostly AP as well actually. So Thornmill doesn't even make that much sense. But yeah. Right now I'm just making sure that I keep my clear going. There's not too much happening right now in the mid. If they're just A-ramming it, you might as well just farm your camps. Because there's no reason to A-ram it with them. Keep an eye out for the situation though. Like right there, the Zek jumped in. So I instantly looked mid and like saw the potential to follow that play up. Like I was rotating for it, but it just didn't look like an actual play that was going to happen. So I chose not to. Right, so now we have an extra smite charge. We could just use that on Gromp here. Get my clear in. Keep this up. Like no matter the situation, right? Even though I admittedly two pretty stupid deaths. As long as I keep my clear going, that's all that really matters. He flashed. That's fine. That is a flash kill for the next time. Just take it. Take the engage. Sona, please. You have an ult. You have a... She actually could have just walked up and ulted that, I'm fairly certain. 6 might still be looming here. It's gonna get some deep vision. Dragon's gonna spawn in 30 seconds. Oh, there's a teleport on bot from Ziggs. That's actually gonna be an easy kill. He doesn't have flash now, I know this. So, like, locking him into the box is just an instant death as long as that thing is on cooldown. There he goes. There's nowhere for him to go now. And this is not for gonna kill because I have Maw as everything. This is just that repeat thing. Like, knowing his flash is on cooldown, as long as he doesn't have any type of dash, you can just ult him and there's nothing he can do. Because Jarvan is just an extremely good duelist. Especially if you're kind of fed. And instantly going for the dragon right now. It's a 4v5 if the fight does happen. Putting my flag in like a position where it gives attack speed, but I also have like a kind of a way out. Get this down. Beautiful stuff. I would prefer going for the misfortune. Oh, she missed. She missed twice. Oh, I should have taken the cannon, I guess. Let's go for top. I'm using EQ now because it's still very much ahead of time, so I can close a little bit of extra distance. Like, once I start closing in this gap, I will still get here. It should be fine. Oh, good. But yeah, that extra EQ saves me a little bit of distance, and as long as it's like far enough ahead of time for your E cooldown to be back up, it's fine. It's gonna give you a little bit more move speed towards certain plays in certain situations. Just something to keep in mind as well. Guess I could check his top side. It's probably down, I would imagine. Yeah. I still have my build here. Needs to kill them. Beautiful. Good. Not bad. Very solid. We can Baron here. Probably. Actually, can we? Never mind. Never mind. We have no Baron damage. Our team is really bad at doing Baron, actually. I just realized. Especially with, like, the AD carry being bot as well. Even though, like, it's also a Jhin, so it's even worse. But, like, the AD carry being bot and, like, looking at our team comp, we just don't have the Baron damage to do it right there. So we get this, and then I'm thinking I'm just gonna go Force of Nature next. I can go pretty offensive here. Like, a Death's Dance should be more than enough of an armor item to block the damage from Misfortune and a little bit of, like, the hybrid damage from Jax. The rest is just magic damage. Like, this is repeat magic damage as well, like burn damage. So, Ziggs, Brand. So, Force of Nature is gonna be extremely valuable here. I'm just gonna take that as my item right now. It's just gonna hold super good value in this situation. I'll make sure I keep rotating through my camps here as well. As you can see, I'm like level 15, which is the highest in the game. Even higher than the enemy Jax as well. This is all just because I'm rotating through my camps at like a pretty effective pace, essentially. Alright, 2 minutes on Dragon. One-on-one against Jax, I would definitely lose. Especially considering I don't have Black Cleaver. Because he is stacking the hell out of armor, right? So I would need a Black Cleaver. And it's probably going to be my last item as well, the Black Cleaver. It's just that... yeah, I kind of need the extra magic resist. Like, getting Force of Nature against a team like this, it is so insanely valuable that it's just worth doing straight away over going Black Cleaver. Surviving is a little bit more important than dealing a tiny bit more damage to, like, Jax and Zac. I will one-shot the rest of their team anyway, so it shouldn't really be an issue. Okay, team is going for the engage. They got the Zac, which is good. The Jack should be dead as well, I would imagine. This guy's ult, or this guy's flash is actually back up right there. Still, a trade like that, I thought his flash was still gonna be down, but a trade like that's still perfectly fine. Because it's a 60-second cooldown trade for a 5-minute cooldown trade. So it's like 4 minutes on an advantage right there. Now, we zoned our team effectively enough here that we could Baron. This guy is trolling though by actually being on the minion wave. Zac is dead, and their team is basically forced away from the play, so this is an instant Baron opportunity. I am probably not doing any Baron damage myself, really, so I'm just gonna make sure I take the aggro. We have to focus this down. Keep placing the flag as well. This is bad. This is really bad because the Jhin took an absolute awful amount of time getting here. I just play it slow, play on the side. Okay, Baron is still aggroed. We can probably finish this off. If they would help me with this. I should be able to finish this. This is mostly down to the Jhin actually just not going for the play. Wow, he got that, really? Yeah, that works. So, yeah. Well, it was a little slower than I was hoping, but it's fine. The main thing you want, like, to take note of in that fight is I went for the opportunities that I could actually take. So, play it on the side, play it slow, wait for good EQ combos to go, and don't just blindly walk forward the entire time, because that's gonna get you killed. Even though, like, I'm, like, kind of the frontline champion of our team, alongside Galio, it's still not a situation, because you're still not a full tank. You can't just walk forward. You also have to, like, always look for your plays. I'm trying to be as mindful as possible, really, about the situation every time. And this is a bad call, because I don't have smite right now. Wait. I have smite in, like, 15 seconds. I'd rather reset the dragon for now. Wait, dude, what? Okay. Out of everyone that takes it, the support takes it. That's just kind of unfortunate, really. Blue is actually really nice to have for, like, extra CDR and stuff, mana regeneration. Okay, it's out of the pit in a pretty good position. We can just do it here. Got it. Zac just dies here, I think. Don't have to worry about anything. Like, now that I have Force of Nature, sorry, it is gonna be easy as hell. Like, really, really easy to just walk forward now. Because this item is gonna make me so tanky as, like, an only thing. Right, this guy's dead. Good night. But yeah, this is, like, that's the item I basically needed. I could have technically gotten it instead of the Death's Dance, but I needed a little bit of armor still due to Misfortune and Jax. Death's Dance will definitely cover most of that. The good thing about Jarvan flag to note as well, by the way, is your flag, if you place the E near a champion or near an ally, if they get the attack speed buff of the E, you already get the assist. So any fight that you want an assist on as well, you should just instantly E close to an enemy that's gonna get the kill, like for any type of gank or anything of the sort. Just place an E to where your attacks or where your ally gets the attack speed buff, and you're good instantly. It's a very good thing to remember, because that's gonna land you a bunch of additional kill participation and overall kills. Good. Getting a little low on mana here. This is why I like still having blue buff, because you do go through quite a decent amount of mana still. I think, do we leave? Actually, they're kind of dead. It doesn't matter. I don't have mana for ult. Never mind, that sucks. can just tank this. They don't do any damage to me anymore, and my Death Dance will give me enough healing. But yeah, that's it for Jarvan. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button below. Helps me out quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, hit the subscribe button as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.